Right now in Nigeria, especially here in Lagos, there is a serious conversation going on after the United States government released a security alert to its citizens living in Nigeria. The message advised American citizens to stay alert, avoid large gatherings, and monitor local news because of ongoing tensions linked to international events. At the same time, members of the Islamic Movement in Nigeria, also known as the IMN, organized a protest in Lagos and some northern states to express their position concerning recent developments involving Iran, the United States, and Israel. As you are watching this, make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel so you do not miss important updates like this. Your support helps us keep bringing you real-time news in simple and clear English. Now, let us break it down in a way everyone can understand. Last up, the United States Embassy in Nigeria shared a notice telling its citizens to be careful. This type of notice is called a security advisory. It does not mean something bad has already happened in Nigeria. It simply means that because of international tension, there is a possibility of protests or gatherings, and they want their citizens to stay safe and informed. Governments often do this when there is a global situation that may lead to reactions in other countries. At the same time, in Lagos, particularly around the Maryland area and some other parts of the city, members of the IMN held a protest march. The protest was connected to international political developments involving Iran. The protesters were expressing solidarity and sharing their views about what is happening overseas. Reports indicate that the protest was largely peaceful, and security agencies were present to monitor the situation and maintain order. If you are following this story carefully, you will understand that this is a clear example of how global events can influence local actions. Even though the situation started outside Nigeria, people here have strong opinions about it. Some feel emotionally connected because of religious or ideological reasons. Others are simply concerned about how global conflict can affect the world economy, security, and daily life. Please, before we continue, like this video and subscribe. It is very important. We bring you updates in clear and simple English so everyone can understand. Now, let us talk about the Islamic movement in Nigeria. The IMN is a religious group that has been active in Nigeria for many years. They are known for organizing processions and demonstrations. In the past, some of their activities have attracted attention from the authorities. However, in this recent case, the focus has been on expressing their views regarding international events. The protest in Lagos caused temporary traffic disruption in some areas. People going to work or returning home had to adjust their routes. Whenever there is a public demonstration in a busy city like Lagos, movement can be affected. That is normal in many major cities around the world. Security officers were deployed to ensure that the protest remained peaceful and to prevent any breakdown of law and order. The U.S. advisory also reminded its citizens to avoid large crowds and monitor local news. This is a standard message in times like these. When governments see that emotions are high globally, they prefer to be cautious. It is always better to prevent risk than to react after something happens. Let us look at the bigger picture. International politics is very complex. When powerful countries have disagreements, the effects can spread across continents. Financial markets react. Oil prices can change. Travel plans can be affected. Even social media conversations become intense. Nigeria, being one of the largest countries in Africa with strong global connections, naturally feels the impact of these developments. It is important to understand that peaceful protest is part of democratic expression. People have the right to gather and share their opinions, as long as it is done within the law. At the same time, the government has the responsibility to protect lives and property. So there must always be a balance between freedom of expression and public safety. If you agree that information like this is important, like this video right now and subscribe to the channel. Let us keep growing this community of informed viewers. Another important angle to this story is how social media plays a role. News spreads very fast today. A development in the Middle East can trend in Lagos within minutes. Videos, pictures and opinions circulate quickly. Sometimes, not all information online is verified. That is why official advisories become important. They help to calm fears and give structured guidance. Many residents in Lagos have expressed mixed reactions. Some people feel that Nigeria should focus only on its internal matters. Others believe that global solidarity is part of religious and human connection. This debate is ongoing, and it shows how diverse opinions are in our society. From a security perspective, Nigeria's agencies continue to monitor the situation. There has been no official declaration of widespread unrest. The presence of security personnel during the protest was preventive. It was meant to ensure that everything stayed under control. Economically, when global tensions rise, investors often become cautious. Oil-producing countries like Nigeria may watch developments closely because international conflicts can influence oil supply and demand. This, in turn, can affect prices and national revenue. So even if a protest happens in Lagos, the larger concern for policymakers may be economic stability. Let us not forget to like this video and subscribe. It helps us continue giving you clear and professional updates. Albal, another question people are asking is whether this situation could escalate. At this point, the advisory is precautionary. There is no official announcement of emergency measures in Nigeria. However, authorities remain alert. This is how responsible governance works. When there is potential risk, even if small, you prepare. In Lagos, daily life continues. Businesses are open. Markets are active. Traffic remains busy as usual. The protest did not shut down the city. It was a moment of expression, and the city continued functioning. We must also understand the emotional aspect. When international leaders or symbolic figures are involved in global tension, supporters around the world may react strongly. So that reaction can take different forms, including peaceful marches, prayer gatherings, or public statements. For viewers outside Nigeria, this story shows how connected the world has become. For viewers inside Nigeria, it reminds us to stay informed, calm, and law-abiding. Panic is never helpful. Accurate information is always better than rumors. Please, if you are still watching, like this video and subscribe. Share your opinion in the comments section. Do you think international conflicts should influence local protests? Or should nations stay completely separate from foreign disputes? Let us know your thoughts. In summary, the United States issued a security alert to its citizens in Nigeria as a precaution due to international tensions. At the same time, members of the Islamic Movement in Nigeria organized a protest in Lagos expressing their views. The protest was largely peaceful. Security agencies were present to maintain order. Life in Lagos continues as normal with authorities monitoring the situation.